How can you securely access your internal network from anywhere without routing all your internet traffic through a VPN? Stay with us and discover WireGuard. In this video, we are going to set up a WireGuard VPN on MikroTik CHR. Our goal is to allow a remote user to connect to the internal network through a secure and encrypted tunnel and access the systems inside the LAN. We will configure this connection as a split tunnel. This means that only traffic related to the internal network will pass through the WireGuard tunnel, while the user's regular internet traffic will continue to use its original connection. Step 2. Introducing the network structure. In this scenario, we have 3 virtual machines. 1. MikroTik CHR. 2. LAN PC. 3. Remote client. The network adapter connections are configured as follows: MikroTik either 1, VMnet 2, NAT. MikroTik either 2, VMnet 1, host only. Remote client, VMnet 2, NAT. LAN PC, VMnet 1, host only. The IP addresses used in this scenario are as follows: MikroTik WAN 192.168.73.129. MikroTik LAN 192.168.1.1. MikroTik WireGuard 10.10.10.1. WireGuard Client 10.10.10.2. LAN PC 192.168.1.200. WireGuard port 13231/UDP. The either 1 interface acts as the WAN interface and the either 2 interface acts as the LAN interface. Step 3. Configuring the MikroTik WAN. First, we log in the WinBox and open the DHCP client section from the following paths: IP, DHCP client. We click the plus sign. We set the interface to either 1. We leave the use peer DNS and add default route options enabled and save the settings. MikroTik receives the following IP address from the NAT network: 192.168.73.129/24. To verify MikroTik's internet access, we use the ping tool to test the following address: 1.1.1.1. After receiving replies, the MikroTik WAN and internet connection are confirmed. Step 4. Configuring the LAN IP address. We open the addresses section from the following paths: IP addresses. We click the plus sign and enter the following values: address 192.168.1/24. Interface either 2. We save the settings. This address will be the gateway of our internal network. Step 5. Setting up the DHCP server. They allow devices on the internal network to receive IP addresses automatically. We open the following paths: IP, DHCP server. We click DHCP setup. We select either 2 as the interface and continue through the setup using the following values: DHCP server interface either 2, DHCP address space 192.168.1.0/24, gateway 192.168.1.1, addresses to give out 192.168.1.100 to 192.168.1.200, DNS servers 1.1.1.1 and 8.8.8.8. List time 1 hour. After completing the setup, the DHCP server for the internal network is ready. Step 6. Creating NAT or LAN internet access. To allow devices on the internal network to access the internet through MikroTik, We open the following paths: IP, Firewall, NAT. We click the plus sign. On the General tab, we enter the following values: chain, SRC NAT, out interface, either one. Then we open the Action tab and select the following value: Action masquerade. We save the settings with this rule. Devices on the LAN can connect to the internet through the MikroTik WAN interface. Step 7. Preparing to LAN PC. In VMware, we set the network adapter of the LAN PC virtual machine to the following network: Custom VMnet 1. We enable the connected and connect at power on options. We start the LAN PC and run the following in command prompt: IP config. The LAN PC should receive an IP address from the MikroTik DHCP server within the following range: 192.168.1.100 to 192.168.1.200. In this scenario, the LAN PC has received the following address: 192.168.1.200. The default gateway should also be 192.168.1.1. To test the connection to MikroTik, we run the following command: ping 192.168.1.1. Then, to test the LAN PC internet connection, we run ping 1.1.1.1. After receiving replies from both destinations, the LAN network is ready. Step 8. Creating the WireGuard interface on MikroTik in WinBox. We open the WireGuard section. On the WireGuard tab, we click the plus sign and enter the following values: name WG-NetStrux, listen port 13231, MTU 1420. RouterOS automatically generates a private key and a public key. We copy the MikroTik public key and save it in a text file. The private key must remain confidential and must not be displayed in the video or screenshots. Step 9. Assigning an IP addresses to the WireGuard interface. We open the addresses section from the following paths: IP addresses. We click the plus sign and enter the following values: address 10.10.10.1/24, interface WG-NetStrux. We save the settings. The address 10.10.10.1 will be the gateway of the WireGuard network. Step 10. Preparing the remote client. In VMware, we set the network adapter of the remote client to the following network: Custom VMnet 2. We enable the connected and connect at power on options. We start the remote client and run the following command: IP config. The remote client should receive an IP address from the 192.168.73.0/24 range. Then we test its access to the MikroTik WAN address by running ping 192.168.73.129. After receiving replies, we install WireGuard for Windows on the remote client. Step 11. Creating the tunnel in Windows. We open the WireGuard application on the remote client. We click the arrow next to Add Tunnel and select the following option: Add Empty Tunnel. We name the tunnel NetStrux-MikroTik. WireGuard automatically generates a Windows private key and public key. We copy and save the Windows public key. We enter the tunnel configuration as follows: interface private key equals private key generated by WireGuard, address equals 10.10.10.2/32. Peer public key equals MikroTik public key. Allowed IPS equals 10.10.10.0/24, 192.168.1.0/24. Endpoint equals 192.168.73.129.13231. Persistent keep alive equals 25. In the peer public key field, we enter the MikroTik public key. In the allowed IPS field, we have entered only the WireGuard network and the internal network 10.10.10.0/24, 192.168.1.0/24. For this reason, our connection will operate as a split tunnel. We save the configuration, but we do not activate the tunnel yet. Step 12. Adding the Windows peer to MikroTik. In WinBox, we open the WireGuard section and select the Peers tab. We click the plus sign and enter the following values: interface WG-NetStrux, public key, Windows public key, allowed address 10.10.10.2/32, responder enabled. We leave the endpoint address and endpoint port fields empty because the remote client initiates the connection. We must enter the Windows public key carefully because an incorrect key will prevent the handshake from being established. We save the settings. Step 13. Opening the WireGuard port in the firewall. To allow the WireGuard connection, we open the following path: IP, firewall, filter rules. We click the plus sign. On the General tab, we enter the following values: chain, input, protocol, UDP, DST port 13231. In interface, either one. Then we open the Action tab and select Action Accept. For the Action Accept, for the comment field, we can enter Allow WireGuard UDP. We save the settings. If there is a drop rule in the firewall, the Allow WireGuard UDP rule must be placed above the drop rule. Step 14. Activating the tunnel. We return to the remote client and open the WireGuard application. We select the tunnel named NetStrux-MikroTik and click Activate. After a few seconds, the latest handshake value should appear. The received and sent values should also begin to increase. These values indicate that the encrypted connection between the remote client and MikroTik has been established. Step 15. Testing the WireGuard connection. On the remote client, we open command prompt and run the following command: ping 10.10.10.1. The address 10.10.10.1 belongs to the WireGuard interface on MikroTik. After receiving replies from this address, the WireGuard tunnel has been successfully established. If the sent value increases but received remains at 0, we should check the Windows public key configured in the MikroTik peer again. Step 16. Testing access to the internal network. First, from the remote client, we ping the LAN gateway. Ping 192.168.1.1. Then we ping the IP address of the LAN PC. Ping 192.168.1.200. After receiving replies from the LAN PC, we know that the remote client has gained access to the internal network through WireGuard. The communication path is as follows: remote client, WireGuard tunnel, MikroTik, and LAN PC. At this stage, the main objective of the scenario, which is providing secure remote user access to the internal network, has been achieved. Step 17. Testing the split tunnel. To verify that the remote client's internet traffic is not passing through WireGuard, we run the following in command prompt: trace RT 8.8.8.8. The first hop should be the NAT network gateway 192.168.73.2. The first hop should not be 10.10.10.1. This result shows that the remote client's internet traffic is using its normal route and is not passing through the WireGuard tunnel. In this scenario, traffic is routed as follows: 10.10.10.0/24 through WireGuard, 192.168.1.0/24 through WireGuard. All other destinations through the remote client's normal internet connection. Therefore, the split tunnel is working correctly.